What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another top 10 video where we're going to be counting down the top 10 factions, my personal list of the rankings of the top 10 factions within the Dynasty Warriors series. Now there's not many, of course. You guys can probably guess what the top 3 are. Anyway, let's go ahead and move into the top 10 factions within the Dynasty Warriors series, in my opinion. I guess we'll start with an honorable mention with Mr. Gongsun Zan and his forces up in the north. So Gongsun Zan, I mean, he's a cool faction that, was part of the story for a little bit in the beginning. And he had the services of Zhao Yun for a little bit. And in the novel, Gongsun Zan had a really cool nickname, which was the White Horse General, because the elite cavalry unit that he led is made up of completely horses of pure white. And that's pretty much it for Gongsun Zan and his faction. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the top 10. You guys can probably guess what they are. Let's start off with number 10. Alright, coming in at number 10, we've got the Yellow Turban. So, I mean, I guess they're this is like more of a participation medal. They're not like a particular faction that I would enjoy or be thrilled of playing. They look pretty cool in Total War. Guan Hai looks really cool. Hei Yi looks really cool. The Zhang brothers look alright in that game. So they do have some good moments within the Dynasty Warriors series themselves. Not really any appeal to them at all. They're going to start at the bottom here, because honestly, I couldn't really think of any other factions besides them, and of course Gongsun Zan, who I've already mentioned. But other than that, I mean, Liu Yao, Tao Qian, there was no really contenders for the 10th position. At number 10, I think it's a solid choice for Yellow Turban. Well, there's not much else to say about it. Again, I kind of just placed them here because I couldn't think of anyone else to put here. So Yellow Turban's number 10. Moving on to number 9. Alright, coming in at number 9, we have the Nanman. So this is probably when we actually start getting into the list. Nanman are my least favorite faction within the Dynasty Warriors series. The reason that they're up at number 9, or at least above the Yellow Turban and Mr. Gongsun Zan himself, is because they have Meng Huo. Zhu Rong's really cool. I like the way their units are different. They got the elephants, they got Beastmasters. I always like how their armored troops look in the older Dynasty Warriors games. But they're alright. I mean, there's nothing like crazy bad about them, but there's just nothing about them that would make me want to play them. Number 9, the Nanman. I mean, they're alright. They're going to come in at number 9 for me. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to number 8, I guess. Alright, coming in at number 8, one spot above the Nanman, Yuan Shao's forces, Yuan Shao's faction. Again, I would say I have more respect for them in Total War, similar with Gongsun Zan or the Yellow Turbans, than I do in the actual Dynasty Warriors series. Yuan Shao before Dynasty Warriors 6 was a very noble and actually respect-worthy character. In Dynasty Warriors 9, I would say he actually redeems it a little bit more, the way they built him in Dynasty Warriors 9, his look, the way he went about things, his personality kind of shifted away from that very super bombastic, just very annoying kind of personality that I guess the stereotypical type of person like that would have. But Yuan Shao's his faction's alright. He's got Yan Liang and Wen Chou, he had Zhen Ji and Zhang Huff a little bit as well. I don't particularly hate Yuan Shao. I really hope to continue down the path of where they left off in Dynasty Warriors 9 with him. They go back to his older look. They kind of dwindled that crazy personality that he had in 6, 7, and 8, and hopefully they just somehow maintain that. Hopefully they make Yan Liang and Wen Chou playable at some point. Cool to see their perspective. They are his notable officers. He always makes a big deal about them. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have. Number 8 for me is going to be Yuan Shao's faction. That's all I got. Moving on to number 7. Alright, coming in at number 7, we have the antithesis of the Dynasty Warriors series, the main antagonist, Dong Zhuo, and his faction. The reason that he's going to be at number 7, or the faction of him is going to be at number 7, is because he's got the services of Li Bu, He's got Li Jue, Guo Si, Gao Shun, Zhang Liao, of course, is there as well. But yeah, I mean, Dong Zhuo's forces, the only reason they're up a little higher is because they have notable officers underneath him. You know, even Hua Shang has some good moments when he became playable, and even some of his NPC moments were, they're okay, they were decent. So I would say I would kind of like Dong Zhuo's force just because of the awesomeness that Lu Bu represents, Zhang Liao brings to the table, Hua Shang has his moments. There's not much else of Dong Zhuo's faction that I could really give to them. I mean, other than that, there's not much else. I would say like the top like 5 is where it gets interesting. Talk about the big boy factions. But the first like 5, the bottom 5 are just like, you know, participation almost. And the only reason that they're higher is because of the characters that have been made playable in the Dynasty Warriors series, their stories and what they present, all that stuff, the events that happened during that stage and all that. But yeah, that's all I have. Number 7, Dong Zhuo's faction. Let's go ahead and move on to number 6. Alright, coming in at number 6, we have the forces of Ma Teng. So, Ma Teng's forces are probably my favorite among the least popular ones. Like, I just like that group. Ma Chao's one of my favorite characters. Peng De's a pretty cool character. Ma Teng being able to bring all of them under, you know, his rule, and just, you know, he didn't do anything that significant, but because of the characters he has underneath, if I was starting an empire, so let's say some sort of destiny mode where you can select out of the bottom 5, I would select Ma Teng's group. Again, a good group of characters. That's what it came down to, like which faction would I want to be a part of for the bottom 5, and that's why Ma Teng's faction is the top of the bottom 5. Number 6 for me is gonna be Ma Teng and his forces. That's all I got. Let's go ahead and get into the good stuff. Alright, coming at number 5 might be a little surprising, might not be. We'll find out. Number 5 for me is going to be the Kingdom of Jin. So when I say the Kingdom of Jin, and when I say the Kingdom of Wu, Shu, wait, whatever it is, I'm talking about every single character that the games put in that respective kingdom. So, number 5 for me is going to be the Jin Kingdom. We got Sima Yi, kind of. He's probably the one that he plays both sides, but he's part of the Jin Kingdom in the later games. They stick with that narrative, so he's going to be a Jin character for me. We're going to start off with the number 5 for me because the only character, actually only 2 characters that I can think that I really like from the Jin Kingdom is Sima Zhao and Wen Yang. So those are my 2 favorite Jin characters. I really like Sima Zhao's main character energy, just everything he goes through. I don't really mind watching his story. I kind of like, he's got a very likable personality. And then Wen Yang, made out to be like the new Zhao Yun. Sima, she's okay. I like his weapon style. Everybody else is like not really of interest to me. Jin Zhang Ying is starting to grow on me a little bit. I like her weapon style. Hopefully they build upon her story. She's just very empty character right now. Go Hua, I don't really care about. Xiaoba. Sima Yi's never been a favorite of mine. Wen Yuanji's okay. Jia Shang's okay. Deng Ai's okay. Shang Hui I don't like. Zhuge Dan I don't like. Jin doesn't have any really interesting characters besides Sima Zhao and Wen Yang to me. Jia Shang can also be argued, but he went down in Dynasty Warriors 9. But even then in Dynasty Warriors 8, he wasn't a character that I was really drawn to play. Sima Zhao and Wen Yang are the staples for me for Jin. And then that's pretty much it. Like, I don't have anything else really with the Jin Kingdom. It's interesting to see how the fall of Shu happens and everything, but that's it. Yeah, number 5, Jin. I don't have much else to say about it. Let's go and move on to number 4. Alright, coming in number 4, I don't know if you guys guessed it or you guys watched number 5 and you're like, what's going to be number 4 then? Because you obviously know the top 3 guys. So number 4, we've got the forces of Lu Bu. Yes, Lu Bu's faction is going to come in at number 4 for me. His story in Dynasty Warriors 6 was amazing. I haven't played Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends yet, but I heard his story in there is really good. I like the different hints of honor that Lu Bu shows within his Dynasty Warriors story. He's still Lu Bu. He's still a demon, and he still has that presence that when he's on the field or talking to someone, or he still has that presence. But I like the hints of softness with Diao Chan, the hints of respect to Zhang Liao. I like to see that. The softness with his daughter is really cool to see. A lot to explore there. Lu Lingqing's another empty character. I would definitely be on Lu Bu's forces, or I like the faction more than the Jin Kingdom, because I like Lu Bu. I like Zhang Liao. Lu Lingqing's alright. I like the way she looks. Lu Bu and Zhang Liao being the main draws for me. I mean, way more than Sima Zhao and Wen Yang from Jin. That's why they're above them. And being a main series fan for a very, very long time, I mean, Lu Bu and Zhang Liao are staples. And they're very likable characters. Lu Bu's got his moments where he's like, damn, this dude's crazy. But Zhang Liao's a very likable character. Lu Bu has really good moments. He's got a very interesting character development in some instances, and I like to see those differences with him. And that's why it's up here at number 4. There's not much else to say about it. So now let's get into the big hitters. Jumping into number 3. Let's go ahead and get into Alright, taking the bronze medal, the third spot, we've got the Kingdom of Wu. So coming in at number 3 is the kingdom, the entire kingdom of Wu. Sun Jian, Sun Ce, all those characters, my favorite characters from the Wu Kingdom. And the reason that they started at number 3 is because when I was thinking through, they have good characters, but I could not think about a lot of really good characters that I can attach myself to, that I really enjoy watching, playing, or at least as much as I like the other two kingdoms. So Gan Ning is one of my favorite Wu characters, Lu Xun and Zhou Yu. I believe all 3 of those people are in my top 10. I'm also really attached to Sun Ce, right? He's my number 1 favorite character. Tai Chi is really cool as well, but when I was comparing, the other 2 kingdoms, there's just a lot more characters that I am way more passionate about or way more connected to in the other 2 kingdoms. I've always been attached to Gan Ning. Gan Ning's always been a really cool character, but they really destroyed his model in certain games. Dynasty Warriors 9, they go back to it. He still has a sickle and chain, which is okay. It's not a weapon that I will run to play, really at all. And even when I was little, playing with his sword, it was alright. It wasn't too bad. I never really took notice of his Sao attack, and a lot of people like his Sao attack, but for me, it wasn't something that drew me to wanting to play him. Going back and playing through him for whatever reason, for a video, for just fun, he's really grown on me with his old style. So if they bring him back with that pirate sword, I honestly would not mind at all. They've already gone back to his older look, so hopefully they continue on that path. Or maybe even the little daggers. I know people didn't like the daggers, but I like the fighting, brawling dagger style that Gan Ning had as well. Really, really fun to use, really fun to play with. It just fit him so well. He seems like that kind of person where he has backwards blades and he's fighting, tooth and nail with whoever he's fighting. But Wu's gonna come in at 3rd for me, the bronze, my least favorite out of the main 3 kingdoms, because I can't really connect to a lot of the characters as I do with, from Shu and Wei. So that's why personally for me, Wu is going to fall in at number 3, even though Sun Ce is my favorite character because of what he represents in the game. But even with that being said, I think Shu and Wei have much more characters that I'm much more attached to, and that's why Wu's gonna start off my top 3. So coming in number 2, we got the silver medal going to the Kingdom of Shu. Yes, the Kingdom of Shu, which means you guys know who my number 1 is, which I'll talk about a bit. We'll start with Shu here. So Shu, green team, benevolence. I'm not the biggest fan of their policies of benevolence, but I do like the principles of justice a lot of the characters have, even though I know, I'm just gonna say now, yes, Ma Chao is a very hypocritical character, but in terms of the game, in the name of justice, he's a really cool looking character. I mean, he's just one of my favorites. There's just so many more characters on Shu that I am attached to versus Wu. Zhao Yun, of course, you got Guan Yu and Zhang Fei. Liu Bei is fun to play at sometimes. I don't mind playing as him or watching him interact. And then even some of the lesser known characters, Pang Tong, Huang Zhong, and Wei Yan. Characters that you don't, Guan Ping. My overall liking to the Shu Kingdom is a lot higher than that of the Wu Kingdom. Other characters like Guan Jing and Ma Dai, characters that kind of grew on me. Shu characters and their story, even Jiang Wei, I'm more connected to some of their stories and the way they go about things more than I am with Wu. I know the whole benevolence thing is a kryptonite for most people. I know a lot of people do not like Shu because of what they believe in, but the characters themselves I think are really cool. Guan Jing has always been one of my favorites. Zhang Bao because of the relationship they have. Ma Dai is a character who really grew on me in Dynasty Warriors 9. And then of course, like I've already mentioned, Zhao Yun, the poster voice. He's always awesome in all the games besides the voice acting in the latest game. Other than that, he always looks good. He's always got a really nice feel to him. It's always comfortable to play with him, a really good time, really fun to play with. Zhuge Liang, probably the only character I really don't play with in the Shu Kingdom. Not a big fan of the fan style. And then probably like Bao Sanning as well. Yue Ying I would play. He has her dagger axe. That pretty badass. But yeah, I mean, Shu has a lot of likable characters in my opinion. Much more than Wu. Yeah, number 2, silver medal, 100% is Shu. Go ahead and move on to number 1, even though it's kind of already been revealed. Let's go ahead and move on to number 1 and talk about it. Alright, and taking the gold trophy, number 1. Coming at number 1 for me, Kingdom of Wei. It's obvious, it's the last one on the list that I haven't talked about yet. But Zhang Liao is my second favorite character within the game. He honestly could be argued as my number 1. I love Zhang Liao, and she's just so well put together. Humbleness, the justice behind him, the understanding, the questioning, the philosophy. There's so much with the Kingdom of Wei that I really, really enjoy. Of course, Cao Cao being the head of it. He responds with reasoning and logic, and how can he make it work in his kingdom's favor the best? He doesn't let emotions cloud him. He tries to get to where he needs to go by any means necessary. And that's what I can really respect. Xiahou Dun's a really cool character, and he has similar qualities to Zhang Liao, except he's got that edge. still remains humble, still remains hardworking. He's got good work ethic, willing to fight and grind in order to make a dream come true for Cao Cao, for a vision that he can see, right? So many good characters. You got Zhang He, Shu Huang, Cao Ren, 3 miscellaneous like other side characters, all fantastic generals. Like they're so cool, they're so good. Zhang He is a character I started with. Shu Huang is a character that I don't mind playing any day of the week. Cao Ren, I don't mind playing either. His sword and shield combo is totally badass. Cao Pi's got the dual blade, freaking sick. I like his balance that he has, right? He has moments of understanding, compassion, but then he has that dark, cruel, ice cold stuff. Then moving into characters like Yue Jin, I mean, he is down to throw down whenever. And then of course Peng De, being badass as ever. He's just got, again, that aura, that presence. Even Zenji is a badass female character in Wei, and she fits in there so well. The only characters I would think in the Wei Kingdom I don't really get behind is probably Sai Wenji. Yeah, Sai Wenji. Wang Yi's badass. Shun Yo is awesome. Shun Wu is awesome. Eugene is not that bad. Jia Shu is really cool. Man Chong is really cool. The only character I don't like from Wei is Sai Wenji. And I can't even say I don't necessarily like her. She's not a character I play. Oh, Shu Chu. It's probably the only other character too. Yeah, they did him dirty. But his weapon style, yeah, his weapon style is terrible. I can't defend Shu Chu. But Shu Chu and Sai Wenji, I think the only 2 characters that I really have, like I really wouldn't want to play at all. That's why Wei is number 1. I can't say enough good things about the Wei Kingdom. Of course, they're not perfect, but as a whole, overall, the Wei Kingdom is number 1 for me. They're probably the first kingdom I play through. Well, I usually play through Zhao Yun first. You gotta see how he plays. Like, if I'm being honest, I'm picking up a game. New Dynasty Warriors comes out. I'm probably gonna play through Zhao Yun first, but then I'll hop over to Wei. Zhang Liao, Cao Cao, and Shu Huang if he has his own story. Because I'm really attached to the Wei Kingdom. I really like their characters and what they stand for. And yeah, I think I've been repeating myself. Alright, but that's pretty much all I have for the video, guys. Top 10 factions to me. Who are your favorites? You don't have to list all of them. You can just tell me your favorite out of the 3 kingdoms. I know there's a lot of big fans of Wei out there, but if you are a bigger fan of Shu or Wu or even one of the other factions, let me know. But that's all I have for the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, definitely appreciate a like, comment, or subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.